Welcome one, welcome all. I am Jason Jay Atkins, of course, here for GameSports. Today, joined by Warclown, none other than. Warclown, how you doing, buddy? You okay?
I'm doing fine, man. How about you?
I can't complain, man. No new holes, so, you know, I woke up this morning happy after last night. It was some good games last night, so hopefully we get the repeat tonight. 6 games potentially tonight. Let me just pull up the fixtures real quick so you guys can see exactly what we've got going on. So it's going to be, I've just hidden Warclown, by the way, so they can't see you at the moment. But it's going to be, of course, starting off with Astana Dragons against ESC. Warclown, that should be a good game, shouldn't it?
I can't wait to get going with that game, to be honest. Not only to see it, but be able to cast such a good game as well. It's been far too long since I've casted. I think the last time was with you when I came over to your studio as well.
It would have been, yeah. It would have been. It was quite a while ago as well. That'll be more than 6 months now. So it's good to have you back on, I've got to say that. Next game after that will be Astana versus Kick. So a battle of Ukraine versus Portugal at 7. Then we have Fnatic versus Kick coming up after that. Then it's Navi versus C-Play, and then the potential for NiP versus C-Play as well. In fact, is it NiP versus C-Play? Let me just check that. It will be NiP versus Kick, sorry. That should have been played yesterday, and it wasn't, so I will try and cover that tonight. I can't promise that will be played tonight because, you know, online CSGO play, but we'll see, we'll see. Warclown's not going to be around for all the games this evening. I think you said you was just going to be around for 1, is that correct? 1, maybe 2?
Yeah, hopefully I might be able to join in on the second one as well. But first off, I'm just doing this one. But I have to say, man, Kick, what an evening they've got ahead. I mean, Astana Dragons, Fnatic, and no, Navi. What was the
NiP.
NiP.
So
oh,
NiP
wow.
in the last game. Yeah, that's basically 3 games that they could lose quite convincingly. They've been playing pretty well as of late, I've got to say that. And to be quite honest, NiP have been a little bit off the boil. I don't know if you've watched them the last couple of weeks, but they had a draw against 3D Max, of course. I mean, they've been having DDoS issues. Fifth Laren's been DDoS to hell and back. So, you know, Kick might be in with a shout of getting, I wouldn't say a victory, but a respectable scoreline. I don't know if you agree with that.
Well, I'm not sure if they can beat any of these teams, to be honest. But I mean, the only way to get better is to play against opponents like this. So I think that if anyone would play for a team like Kick right now, they would be looking forward for playing all of these games tonight, even though they're going to be really tough.
Well, before we jump into the first game, let's take a look at the table and see exactly where it is. As you can see, Fnatic in first place, played 11. Ninjas in Pyjamas in second, no surprises there. Very Games in third. Of course, NiP do have a game in hand over Fnatic as well. Very Games have 2 games in hand, so there's still plenty of room for manoeuvre here in the star ladder. I mean, looking through, Kick are currently sat in 7th. They're doing pretty well. I mean, it's respectable for you know, a team that comes out of a scene that doesn't really have an esports scene per se. I mean, Portugal not necessarily renowned for esports, is it, Warclown?
No, I can't really say that I've had any issues playing against Portugal anytime back when I was playing, and I can't really say that I've seen any of the teams from Portugal placing top 3 even on any of the top European events.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully, man. Hopefully soon.
Well, I mean, like I said yesterday, I think Kick playing as well as they are at the moment is only a good thing for Portuguese esports, and it kind of needs a boost. So hopefully they don't get crushed and that they can actually put up some decent numbers. I'm just going to check if the actual game's up now. 1 second, I'm going to retry on this connection. Because, yep, here we go. Server is up. So I imagine probably no players in just yet, but they will be starting to connect real soon. Warclown, do you have a prediction for this first game, Astana Dragons?
Well, I have to say that I think that Astana Dragons will win quite comfortably. But I mean, it's ESC gaming. You don't really know what to expect right now. All of these teams have gone through so much changes after I stopped pretty much casting or followed the scene. So I'm not really sure what to expect from ESC right now, but from what I've seen from the results over at HLTV or QuadV, it seems as though they haven't really gotten back on as well as they were before. So I think Astana Dragons will win it quite comfortably, but hopefully it will be a close game. So with that in mind, I'll say 16-12 in favor of Astana Dragons.
That's a pretty good prediction. Mirage is a good Astana Dragons map as well. ESC, not necessarily the strongest Mirage team. Those CT retakes, I wouldn't say lack anything in particular, but they're just not as strong as say, NiP or Very Games on the CT side. So, yeah, I think it could be a 16-12 to Astana Dragons. Although, I will say this, Neo was playing really well and Pasha was yesterday as well, so if they can bring their game to the next level like they did yesterday, then they could potentially give Astana, well, maybe even a loss here on the record on this StarLeague game. But I would say I would consider Astana Dragons the favourites at this point. So we have 9 in server. I'm not going to be too far from game live here. I know what I need to do. I need to just drop the volume if we bear with me 1 second. There we go. Okay, so obviously after yesterday, I didn't get the VODs up straight away. They are uploading right now. One of them needs quite heavily editing, so I will get that edited and uploaded as soon as possible to GameSports Network on YouTube. Warclone, obviously you're on Twitter. What is your Twitter?
It's at the Warclown.
Okay, and mine you can see just down here on the overlay, so you can check that out. I was going to add you to the overlay, but I didn't have time, so sorry, my bad, buddy. Anyway, all 10 now in server. Are you connected to the GoTV?
I'm in. I'm watching all of these fantastic players getting all warmed up for some action.
Well, we've got ready coming in from Angel, so let's give you the quick roster rundown. ESC going to be on the CT side at the moment. It's going to be Bayali, Pasha, Snacks, Neo, and Taz. For Astana Dragons, it's going to be Dosia, Angel, Edward, Adran, and Markeloff. So, let's jump in game, and you guys can see exactly what's going on right now. As you can see, it is pretty much just warm-up here. We're going to have the knife round any moment. How important do you think side choice is on Mirage, Warclone? Do you think it's as important as it was when CSGO first came about, and Mirage was really the the map that people really didn't know that well?
I have to say, Jay, I really hate that question. During EMS1, when I casted out with Pansy and Red Eye, everyone kind of asked me that question, and every game I said, like I changed it for every game. I was like, oh no, it's definitely a team map, definitely. And then the CTs won heavily, and the other way around all the time. So I'm going to say it's a fairly balanced map, but it really comes down to play style of each individual team here, because I mean, there's so many different ways to play it. You can play the offensive retakes as CT. You can like pretty much smoke up the entire bomb site, as I think it was Very Games did back.
Yep. Remember that game in eSports 7 Vienna against Navi, where it was like 12 rounds straight for both teams, just CT retake after CT retake. So, yeah, there are different ways of playing it. I know what you're saying there. I mean, there's a lot of teams these days I see, especially ESC, they've been putting a lot more focus onto the B site rather than A. And it's sort of working out for them. I mean, we saw them. No, it wasn't yesterday. It was the day before on Mirage. I can't even remember who it was against because I've probably covered in the past like 4 days. I bet I've covered about 15 games of CS:GO. But yeah, they did actually put a lot of pressure onto B in the last time I saw them on Mirage. So don't be surprised to see ESC put a lot more stock into the B bomb site, because I think it's been somewhat neglected. I think people kind of got caught up in the A game, didn't they?
Yeah, I think they did. I mean, B is, at least at the start of CSGO, it was a really hard site to get into, considering A is such an open map where you can throw smokes and flashes from pretty much every angle from T-spawn. It was just way too simple to get into that bomb site. But I mean, CSGO has been out for like over a year now, and I mean, people put down the time to pretty much just analyze maps and see how they can get into bomb sites. And I'm really happy to see people utilizing that B bomb site a lot more, because, to be honest, as a caster or a spectator, it's not really fun to just see a frag fest over at one side of the map the entire game. No,
agreed. I'm not a huge fan of seeing one-sided crushings at the end of the day. So yeah, anything that makes a map more open. Although I will say this, actually, Train's more balanced these days, but I don't like Train. Just a simple fact that I used to like to, AWP from Z, and it's a lot harder to do that. You'll know that because you obviously you've played, AWP before. It's a lot harder to actually hit those shots from Z connector over towards T side mid. Anyway, knife round underway here. Dragon starting off with the first kill. Neo going to get one back. It looks like we're going to see Pasha pick up one as well. Markeloff going to bring it back to a 3-on-3 here. 3-on-2 now as Pasha picks up his second kill. Markeloff going to make it back to a 2-on-2. Make that a 2-on-1 as he takes down Pasha. And there's going to be the final kill from Markeloff. So Markeloff going pretty sick. Triple kill on the knife. That does give side choice to Astana Dragons here. And they're going to elect to go CT side. No surprises there. Obviously, CT pistols with the USP now, a little bit more balanced, aren't they?
Yeah, I think they are. But, well, saying that, I haven't really been casting too much or watching too many games after that update went live. So I'm a little bit excited, to be honest. I'll be honest, I'm a little bit of a noob right now. I want to see how they... how people play it out with USPs right now. I still feel it's a little bit... it doesn't do as much damage as it did in previous games. People might correct me, but I think it's been a little bit nerfed, to be honest.
I can't really actually... I've not played with it much. I mean, I've seen plenty of it, of course. I'm seeing plenty of, one-shot headshots, but that's usually just straight in the pistol round where you don't have Kevlar and helmets. That would happen with just about any pistol. Anyway, speaking of the pistol round, it is now underway. Oh, it's not, in fact, because we're down by one man, so we're not live here. Taz reconnecting.
Well, I mean, the ESC is already up against a lot of trouble against the Standard Dragon, so playing it out 4 versus 5 would have it wouldn't be fair, Jay. I have to say.
No, they'd be kind of up shit creek there, to be honest. So I can't blame them.
I can see that some people say that my volume is a little bit low.
Yeah, I've just bumped you, but
oh, okay, cool.
let me. You know what? If I drop the in-game volume a little bit, let me try dropping that, and then I can raise you on the mixer. And
yes.
Hopefully, there we go. So.
Oh yeah.
You're probably deafening people right now, but yeah, apparently chat wants you topless already, buddy. So.
Yeah, I'll do it after the game. No problem, bro.
Well, pistol round now officially underway here. It does look like we are going to see a little bit of pressure put, as you can see from the overview, over towards A. We've got Taz, Bialy and Neo with Pasha coming up with the bomb, so it does seem like it is going to be a carpeted halls rush here onto A. Now, Walkline, obviously, A is quite easy to retake. Would you tend to fall back when pressure comes on A like that, when it's a 4-man push through apps?
Yeah, with the playstyle of Dragons as well, they've just played one guy for the information over towards A, and they've played out smart, but we've got 2 kills already for ESC, so let's see. If they can retake this with only 3 players left up against 4.
Oh, Taz, he just took a big tongue from that grenade down to 19 HP. Dolcia coming in from behind with the USP, picks up that headshot onto Taz. We are going to see Adrian pick up a headshot onto Pasha as well. Neo's still alive here, but he's on the A ramp. He's a decent distance away from the bomb. Snack's going to get the Glock kill, though. Looks like Adrian on this bomb. He's going to be spammed through the box, gets the defusal. Just in time as well. Neo secures the kill, but Astana Dragons get that defusal, and that means a 1-0 scoreline. Adrian obviously doing the right thing, though, Walkline. That requires some serious balls, though, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, as you can see, his teammate as well, he was pretty much just baiting it all out. He was just running around, just trying to be a meat shield. That's the only thing they could really do at that point. I mean, where a CT in a 2v2, one guy stuck defusing, so it's pretty much a 1v2. So fair play to them. It was well played. Looks like an Antico here over towards middle. I like how ESC plays Antico. No, I mean, obviously they didn't win the round, so I have no idea what I'm talking about, Jay.
It's one of those things where Astana Dragons, yeah, I think you meant Astana, they do actually play quite aggressive anti-ecos. What they will do, I've seen this in recent memory as well, they usually will send somebody to peek. Now, that would not only be Markelov, who's just been shut down by Taz, so the anti-eco not working for them this round. Taz wasn't nearly as aggressive as perhaps he should have been in that position. So, 5-on-4 here in favour of ESC. Bialy and Rose both below 50 HP, though. Oh, Dosia with the shotgun. And it looks like Dosia's going to pick up a second kill into Bialy as well. Taz with the FAMAS headshot to reply, but Edward's going to pick up the M4A1 double. Pasha and Taz both being shot in the face. And that means it's a 3-on-1 here in favour of the Dragons. So only Snacks to find. Let's find out where he is. As you can see, he's got that captured Nova. I don't think he's particularly going to do too much here, to be honest. I think he's just waiting for a lucky pick. Maybe get himself a FAMAS or an M4A1.
Dragons have no idea where he is, though. So he might be able to pick up a kill here. Saying that, though, I think Adrian's got him in his sight anytime now. Yep,
Adrian probably should have had that kill, to be honest. That's a cheeky little HE that doesn't find its mark. Right idea, but Adrian realised that was going to be coming and decided to relocate. So that's 2-0. But a good eco run, though, for ESC. I mean, they did some cash damage. They took away a couple of weapons. Picked up a couple of kills as well, which is always good. So they have a little bit of extra cash here. And obviously they had that early plant, so they will go for the early buy, won't they, Walkline?
They will indeed. They've bought up now, and we can see ESC now heading over towards that middle area, and it seems as though we might see the first B round here coming out for ESC. And Astana Dragons, there are 3 guys on that A bomb site, so this might work out for them, Jay.
Indeed, indeed. It looks like Dosia is in a pretty good position to deal with any apps push, but it's not going to be apps, so let's switch away from Dosia for the time being. I don't know what Autodidact is playing at. It screwed me over so many times yesterday as well. Such a... The concept of it is really great, but the execution somewhat lacking at this point. Still low. My game sense camera sense not where it used to be, so yeah, I'll still rely on it for the time being. Anyway, Markelov going to pick up the opening, well, not the opening kill, the second kill I should say. Edward with the M4A1 onto Pasha as well. Bialy going to reply, but it's a 4-on-2 here with Bialy down to 12 HP. Not looking good for ESC right now, Walkline.
No, I don't think they're standing much chance there as Taz gets picked up as well. It's only like 12 HP up against 400 HP. He does pick up a kill against Dosia, but I mean, what else can he do? I have to say, ESC having a little bit of trouble here. From what I could see from the overview, they're not really playing like a well-trained unit when they try to enter a bomb site. They open up for a lot of gaps here to get backstabbed from some of the Astana Dragons players. It might just have been that one round and one mistake, but I just have to keep my eyes open and see what more I can see from them. Anyways.
Yeah. I mean, yesterday they had problems where they were landing really good smokes and flashbangs and just not capitalize on it. I think it was an issue with, confidence. They were like, well, that might have been a good smoke. I'm not 100% sure, though. Let's wait a second. And then by the time, the smoke's dissipated, that's when they were making the move. So perhaps they do need to tighten up a little bit. Anyway, Edward, Angel, and Markloff going to pick up 3 kills in rapid succession. 2 M4A1s and 1 AK-47. Markloff going to pick up his 2nd kill with that headshot onto Taz as well, which leaves just Pasha to find here. It is an eco, of course, so nothing to get too stoked out about. I mean, Edward picks up the final kill for his 2nd kill of the round. And that is now a 4-0 scoreline. So let's take a look at the actual scoreboard. Edward in 1st place, 7-1-1. 2nd place honours go to Markloff, 4-2-2. And 3rd place belongs to Neo, 3-0-3. Only member with a neutral KDR from ESC at this point. And that tells the story better than we possibly could. If you've not got anybody who's on a positive KDR, you're obviously going to be losing, aren't you?
Yeah, indeed. And ESC didn't buy one single op, so I think they're going for a fast push here, and they are indeed going over towards that B bomb site, Jay.
Yeah, we got Pasha actually faking out A, but as you can see, they're already on the B site here. Dulcie are going to dig in behind. He sees by Ali now, opens up with the M4, gets taken down by the 7.62 rounds though. Adron going to take down Pasha in the meantime. So, still a 1-man advantage here for Astana Dragons. Oh, mate, a 2-man advantage as Edward boosted on the explosive box, picks up the kill, and a 2nd one on Taz, and a 3rd one as well.
Wow.
By Ali being dropped. And Edward absolutely on fire here, Warclown.
That is well held by Edward. I've been looking through some statistics as well from the recent games from both of these teams, and from what I could see, Edward was pretty much the MVP and the guy with the most kills when ESC Gaming played their game on, I think it was the 20th of September. And right behind him, you got Markloff. He's been the MVP for the last game when they played against Courage as well. So looks like we got the 2 main fraggers of the team just delivering as per usual.
Yep, no surprises there. Anyway, Taz starts the round off with that AK-47 frag, so it's a 5-4 for ESC here, 5-0 currently. Snacks on site, picks up the kill into Adron as well, so good damage done to Angel too. Dulcia coming from the rotation, he's going to drop Snacks though. HE going out, doesn't really connect with anybody. And Neo going to move in, he drops Edward, that's a key kill, which leaves Angel with just 2 HP here. All ESC really need to do is smoke up and plant. The bomb is on Pasha at this point. Where is Pasha? Let's have a look. He's making his way towards A now, so... Well, he's not needed, because Bayali and Neo pick up that kill onto Angel, and that is going to be a 5-1 scoreline. So first round on the ball for ESC. How needed was that, Warclown?
Well, that was really needed, but I mean, they need to follow this up with another round victory as well. And considering the bank account of Astana Dragons, I mean, I think 3 of them were on like 11 to 12k. So they're well equipped for this round as well. So let's just hope ESC can pick up yet another round. Saying that though, Markloff just picks off Pasha's biceps.
Well, that's what I was talking about with the aggressive peaks from Astana Dragons on Mirage. It's no surprise that they're going to be peeking that window. What was a surprise though is that it was Markloff with the AWP. Normally I would expect that to be... Normally expect it to be Edward actually. Now here we go. Speaking of Edward, picks up the M4A1 headshot onto Neo. Adron going to grab one of his own frags as well into Snacks, which makes it a 5-on-1 here. Just Taz to find. Where is he? Let's have a look at the overview. He's back towards spawn here, so... Let's jump on board with Taz. Don't want to let Autodirector fuck up the last kill, as it did pretty much with every kill yesterday. I really don't know what was wrong with it yesterday. It was just god awful.
Sometimes it's perfect, the Autodirector, and other times it just pretty much changes away straight before the kills.
Yeah, it's like, oh, here's the last bullet. Oh, great. Thanks for the context on that.
There's one player left. Where should we have the camera?
Let's look at this wall.
Gabe Newell sitting around programming this shit. It's like,
Well, Taz going to move in, finds the headshot to Adron, so it's now a 4-on-1. Rotation has started on Masto, as you can see Dulcia and Edward making their way up from mid towards A. So Taz going to be between a rock and a hard place any second here as he gets flanked on. Does have the bomb, so he could get a cheeky plant, but well, Markloff's having none of that. Picks up his 2nd kill of the round. 2 for Adron, 2 for Markloff, and that is now 6-1. And I think the worst part of that for ESC is it cash screws them now, doesn't it?
It kind of does a little bit. I mean, they're not in the worst shape possible, but I mean, from what I could see before they started buying, it's only like 2 of the players who could fully buy up with all the equipment. So they're pretty much on the semi-buy now, Jay, and being 1 to 6 already, that's not really a good sign.
Not really. I mean, you can see, let's work out the actual deaths here so far from ESC. So that's what? 11, 17, 23, 29 deaths already over the opening 8 rounds. Now, Snacks and Neo are going to move in for 2 kills here, both of them headshots. That does mean that A should be under ESC control. They got good smoke, and Edward coming from the rotation, though, opens up through the smoke. Doesn't really connect. The bomb goes down regardless of his spray and pray. So we are going to see Taz and everybody else spread out. Can you see anything from the overview here that leads you to believe this is going to be a successful retake?
No, not with Edward being picked off. You got Marklov still with that AWP, but I mean, he can't really just push into that bomb site with that AWP. I mean, he's not that good. Snacks picks up a kill onto Doge as well. So Marklov is just stuck getting exit kills, and he does pick up Neo, but I'm not sure how many more he can get.
Well, he's got his ugly ass AWP, that purple thunder, or it's called, it's one of the lightning strike. That's it, one of the uglier skins, but AWP still works for him. He's going to escape with it as well, so that's probably a good save there, isn't it, Walkline?
Well, it's a good save, actually, getting that weapon save, but he did try to peek up against 4 AKs, aiming straight at his head 4, or at least 3 times he did. And he's lucky to get away, though. I'll say that much, Jay. I mean, well, it might have been a call from the team leader that ESC are low on cash, tried to pick off as many kills as possible, so I'm not going to judge him too much because of that. Well,
6-2 now the scoreline, so ESC starting to right the wrongs here. They need to be picking up more rounds than they have so far, though. Is there anything that you can see that they could do to change momentum here? Because I can't say anything in particular. It's just down to Edward so far, isn't it?
Well, yeah, Edward and Marklov is pretty much just covering down both bomb sites way too good. I mean, if they... I would want to say ESC should try to push out B more, but they can't have one player going through middle with Marklov covering it. So it's a little bit too risky to push out 5 through that hallway over towards B. It's hard to say. Edward really is playing well. They need to put down a lot of flashes above above that roof over towards B and try to smoke out pretty much the entire bomb site, because as you saw I think it was the 3rd round of the game, Edward just boosted on top of one of the crates and getting pretty much a 1 versus 3, considering he was the only Dragons player on that bomb site.
Yep. I think it does have to boil down to coordination of flashes and smokes. Be it A or B. They really haven't done that so far, have ESC. And we've seen them going in dribs and drabs, and that's just... Yeah, Edward's going to pick kills up all day when you do that. So, here we go now. 10th round of the first half underway. Looks like we are going to see a bit of pressure over towards B here. Who's going to be that in the apps? That's going to be Snacks. Taz just behind as well. He'll be bumping into Dosia here if he's not careful. Taz hasn't covered, though, so... Dosia's got his work cut out for him. He's got the M4A1, which, to be honest, on stopping an entry, he'll go flashbang, though. That does mean that they do get to drop down. Edward going to open up onto Taz, though, from behind. Does give Dosia a little bit of room for the manoeuvre as he picks up the kill into Snacks. Angel also going to grab a headshot with the M4. Now, Pasha going to reply. 4 on 2 here, though, and Pasha is low. He's going to be, picking up his 2nd kill of the round. He drops Edward. Angel's starting to rotate around the back, though. Marklov has already made his rotation as well, so... Even with Neo on site, he's going to be chopped down by Angel. And Angel going to pick up his... was that his 3rd kill, though? Yep, he picks up a triple kill that round. 8-2 now the scoreline. And again, ESC, after making a little bit of headway, though, Walkline, they're not quick enough to capitalise, are they?
No, I have to say, though, they did do a lot of good stuff in that round. They did put down a lot of flashes and smokes, but the smokes looked a little bit on the fly, to be honest. They didn't cover the necessary angles. But if they do put some more practice down to put those smokes in pretty much the perfect locations, I think that B push could work out for them.
I mean, it should do. I mean, I've seen it work for them in the past. It's just, like I say, they seem somewhat hesitant and they don't want to pull the trigger here. Now, Marklov does want to pull the trigger. He's going to pick up that kill to Neo. Edward with the M4 headshot as well. He's going to pick up a 2nd one as well. Now, Angel coming through. He opens up with the AK. And that is just an absolute decimating push out of the A site there from Astana Dragons. 0 for 5 though, no kills against Astana, 5 against ESC, so that makes it a 9-2 scoreline. As we can see from the scoreboard, Edward leading the way, 15-1-5, 3-1 KDR. You could say the same for Marklov at 9-2-3, Angel 8-3-5. That's your top 3 players so far, all from Astana. So this Astana outfit, I have to say, I'm pleasantly surprised by the way they've actually come together in such a short period of time. Marklov going to emphasise that point by picking up the kill onto Neo, and Adram going to drop Snacks as well. So yeah, they seem to be quite a viable 5-man team here, don't they? They could be making some waves in the very near future.
It's really impressive to see this team play, and I can't wait to see them up against NIP, hopefully at DreamHack. It's not really it doesn't necessarily have to happen that they play against each other, but from what I've seen, they should really be the two teams in the grand final. And
I'd have to say that the form that Astana are in lately, I would probably, after yesterday's performances and this performance so far against ESC, I would probably put them above VII games at the moment when it comes to the way they're performing. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Astana Dragons take a second seed in going into DreamHack.
No, it makes perfect sense, to be honest. I mean, we've seen Fnatic playing quite well recently, and obviously VII Games being a team to pretty much contend for that first place as well, considering they beat ESC 16-6 the last round as well. But I really want to see a team like Astana Dragons with a boot camp in front of the tournament as well. That could really bode well for an interesting match for everyone who's watching.
Well, they seem to be well versed. I mean, you just saw that window boost there, so yeah, they seem to have the strats down. Adron going to pick up double kill here. M4 headshot to Snacks and the M4 frag onto Neon by at least that's 3 kills. Pasha eventually having enough of that. He stops his reign of terror, but I think the damage has been done here. Saying that, Pasha going to grab the Glock kill as well. He's got an M4 to deal with though. Dosey going to open up on him. Pasha has managed to capture his own assault rifle though, so 2-on-1 here. If anybody could clutch it, it would be Pasha, but still don't fancy his chances here, Walkline. Now, he does find 1 kill. No, 1-on-1 actually. And he's got technically more health than Markloff, but Markloff does have that HE to play with here, doesn't he?
He does indeed. Let me just have a look here. We've got 44 seconds remaining, but we're going to have a little bit of a standoff here in B tunnels, it seems. Markloff knows exactly where Pasha is heading towards. Will he be pushing up behind him, though? That's the question, really. But no, Pasha is set to go over towards that B bomb site. He doesn't have the most time to get that bomb planted. I mean, if he starts planning and Markloff rotates over towards that bomb site, he can just put down the nade and win that round right there. But Markloff thinks it's going to be an A push here from Pasha. So all things considered, I think Pasha will win this round. He's got an automatic rifle. He's got the bomb plan
and a safe plan.
Yeah, so he should really win this face-off against Markloff.
Although, what I will say is Markloff's a good enough player to realise exactly where Pasha should be for the plant, so that HE still might find its mark here.
And that HE is destined for always. Yep,
here we go. This is going to be a kill. Boom! Oh. Nice. Markloff showing that he has game sense. He realised where that plant was, and he's like, okay, well, there's 2 spots you can possibly contest that defusal from. I would take the high ground, and indeed that's what we saw. Oh! Well, bomb exploded anyway.
Oh well, that's,
okay, that was pretty depressing.
That's lucky for ESC. I'm not going to say lucky. Pasha really stepping up big there, but I mean, hallways. That's like the only place to place a grenade in that situation for Markloff. So, I mean, lucky to get away with a round there, to be honest.
True, but then again, he wouldn't have known that he had the HE, but it's a fairly safe assumption that, you know, with end of a game like that, you can usually find one just kicking around that somebody's dropped, so yeah, I personally wouldn't have played that spot myself. Then again, he could have been thinking double fake, I suppose, like, he's never going to expect me to be up here. Just outgamed himself.
Happens way too much, people overthink.
Yep. I still think that, you know, a lot of people put way too much focus on strats these days. To me, execution is more important than strats. I mean, you're not going to win unless you have both, obviously, but the reason that we see VII Games smash as many opponents as they do, it's not like they do anything that's, and you know this because you've played against them, it's not like they do anything that's particularly spectacular, it's just solid, consistent Counter-Strike, isn't it?
Yeah, they can have the most basic strats as well, but the thing they have emphasized is pretty much the coordination and timing of pushing out with the different strats, and they always work. They always know that when they push a bomb site, pretty much every single player on the opponent team will be flashed out. So, I mean, they've really pulled their minds together in all of the pre-games and set up the perfect strats. I really have a lot of respect for the VII Games team. Yeah,
rightfully so. I mean, still, until Astana Dragons do something to prove otherwise, they are still considered the second best team in the world. Now, here we go. Astana Dragons are going to try and do something to make themselves considered the second best team in the world. Dulcia with a hat-trick of kills. Finishes off Neo with the USP. Bialy going to open up with that AK. Takes down Neo before he took down Markloff as well, but Edward gets the final kill, and that is now 11-3. So, chance of a 12-3 half here, Walkline. Do you think there's any way back for ESC if it does finish that way?
Well, first off, they need to win that pistol around the CT. If not, they're pretty much doomed. But it's going to be hard for ESC. I mean, my scoreline, my prediction before the game, I'm having a hard time seeing it come down to 16 to 12. I have to be honest.
Oh, by Harley. He's digging shrapnel out of his face after that HE. He also got tagged up a little bit as well, so down to 15 HP. Pasha going to be dropped by Markloff as well. Ultimate AWP pick. There's a second kill coming from Adran, so 5 on 3, make that 5 on 4 now, as Neo picks up a P250 kill. ESC, I mean, individually, they are pretty solid, but they've not done anything on this T side here that's shown me that they're coordinated so far, Walkline. I mean, I don't know if you agree with that, but...
It looks like a high-skilled mixed team for an event. You can see that they have been practicing, but you can see that they haven't been practicing enough. They might have been practicing more than Astana Dragons, but they've been practicing the wrong things. It seems as though, like you can see, their aim is pretty much top notch here. But as we have been talking about pretty much throughout the entire game, Jay, it's all about coordination. And Dragons got a lot more coordination than ESC Gaming right now.
Yeah, a lot more kills as well, as you can see from the scoreboard. Not one member of Astana Dragons finishing with a negative KDR. First place in server would have been Edward, 17-1-7, so he was above a 2-1 KDR. Adran, 14-2-5, also above 2-1. And Dosia picked up the third place honours, 13-4-9. So really, I'd have to say, though, that boils down to just... I don't even want to say it was what Astana Dragons were doing right, because it's like they were doing everything right, but how were they not going to do anything right, considering that the flashes and smokes just weren't really in the right place at the right times, though, were they, Walkline?
No, it seems as though most of the flashes and smokes that were put in place by ESC Gaming were too easy to dodge here for that team, for Astana Dragons. So it's... I mean, I'm not taking anything away from Astana Dragons, but I mean, if they were playing this CT half on Mirage versus a team like NIP, it would be a completely different storyline.
Yep, it certainly would be. So, anyway, second half about to start. 12-3, of course, to Astana Dragons, who are now on the T side. So, chances are here that they should pick up a pistol victory, which obviously ESC being on the CT side would probably mean game point here. So, Dragons going to make this opening move. Looks like we're going to see a 3-2 split over towards A here, Walkline. With just Bialy to defend this, it looks like it's going to be a retake strat from ESC, doesn't it?
Yeah, same pistol strat as the Astana Dragons here from ESC Gaming. It's all about Bialy here, just calling the information and calling for that rotation and putting down some flashes in the meantime.
Well, here we go. Here comes the forces now. Bialy going to actually, yeah, he's going to fall back. That's the right thing to do. He's going to be shut down though. Angel does pick up that kill, and Adram there to cut the rotation as well. And this is what we didn't see from ESC in the pistol round. They've pushed all the way through towards CT spawn here, and they've just completely cut any chances of the long rotation. So it's all going to have to go through mid, and that basically means it's going to have to... well, saying that, Neo is actually going to pick up a kill into Adram. That might free up the rotation for long here, but Angel's just going to re-rotate. And it looks like Angel is going to pick up that kill into Pasha as well. Taz's going to go for the defusal. Not going to happen for him. Edward going to shoot him down. And now he's going to leave Neo as the last man standing. He's taken down. That's a 4-man pistol victory there for Astana Dragons. And that was just beautiful execution, wasn't it? Once they got the plant, they pushed all the way through. Bialy couldn't do anything in that situation, could he, Walkline?
No, it was perfect execution again by Astana Dragons. They push onto the easy bomb site where they pretty much know that their opponents will only have one defensive player. One player plants the bomb, one guy covers him from the other angles, 3 guys pushes down CT spawn as a unit. It's impossible to stop, really. And really well execution all through the round by Astana Dragons.
So, that makes it a 13-3 scoreline right now in favour of Astana. So the Dragons here definitely in a dominant position. They will be going up against an eco'd up ESC Gaming, so these AKs that are in play should find kills here quite easily. Interested to see what Markloff's got. Has he gone for the AK? Yep, he has, so don't expect an early AWP here from Markloff. In fact, T-side, I wouldn't even expect an AWP from him anyway. He tends to rock the AK on the T-side, so it looks like it's going to be a B push here. All 5 members making their way in right now.
4 players from ESC Gaming held up on that B bomb site as well. Now, in fact, there's 3 and Snacks is backstabbing them. He's getting 1 kill.
That was cheeky. You can see the attention's turned to him, though. He's going to have to bucket here. Run away! Run away! Manages to get away, and it looks like we are going to see ESC digging in on site, but that's the wrong place to be at this point. Markloff going to pick up an easy kill into Neo. Looks like Dulcie is probably going to find Taz here as well. Yep, indeed he does. Pasha's still alive. He managed to take down Dosia. Adron going to be facing him, though. Finds that kill as well. That's the bomb now down, but as you can see, he's going to be on the receiving end of Edward's MP7. It's a one-on-one right now, but bomb is up, and it looks like we are just going to see Edward pressure Bialy's position here. Oh, Bialy might have thought he had a chance there, but, well, Edward on the form that he's on, he's not going to give up a kill like that, is he?
Well, I have to say, I mean, his playstyle is so different from what I've when I was playing myself, and pretty much every single player I was playing. In that situation, I would try to play it smart, try to outthink my opponent. But I mean, the raw amount of skill in the considering his aim is so it's devastating. He can just okay, fuck it, I'll just rush him and just kill him. And it pretty much works for him every time as well, Jay.
I was going to say, it kind of reminds me of watching somebody like Cooler and Quake, you know, just all brain, all aim, no brain. It's like, okay, well, I don't give a shit. I don't have to run strats against you. I'm just going to kill you. So, yeah, I can get behind that. It's more entertaining to watch. Anyway, Markov going to get the entry kill onto Bialy, so Astana Dragons do have control of A right now. It's looking like the bomb is down at the moment, so they're going to have to repick that back up. Angel going to grab that right now. And this is the opening here for the plant, isn't it, Walkline?
It is indeed, and it's down to 2 versus 3 here, and ESC sorely needs this round as Neo picks up a kill onto Dosha. It's a 2v2, both Dragons players stuck down on that bomb site. Edward picks up snacks though. Oh, that is so close, but it's well played by Neo. It's kind of unfortunate that he doesn't get that last kill and picks up that round for ESC. And the money over at the ESC camp, not that good. It's pretty much as good as the economy of Greece right now.
Well, they got if they had Zimbabwean dollars, they might be doing okay. But yeah, it's a situation where basically they don't have a pot to piss in nor a window to throw it out of at this point. So ESC definitely on the back foot. This is game point, of course, 15-3 the current scoreline. And if you would have said to me 15-3 at the start of this game, I would have been like, nah, no way. Maybe 16-10 I could have seen, but 16-3? Really? Is that how good Astana are playing at the moment? Well, it appears to be. So, let's have a look at what's going on. Autodirect is showing me just random flashbangs. Great. Looks like Angel just missed out on Bialy, though. Bialy going to pick up that FAMAS kill. Edward replies, though, so back to a situation where basically Astana Dragons have complete control. Neo and Taz left alive. If anybody could clutch it, it would be Neo and Taz, but I don't particularly fancy the chances here. Taz and Neo are going to pick up headshots, though. Adron and Edward both taken down. 2-on-2 now. Neo taking a lot of fire. He's down to 15 HP. Markov with that kill into Taz. And that does leave Neo as last man standing, so let's not leave this to Autodirect. Let's switch over to him. And 4A1 spam going in. Doesn't really connect the way he was looking for, though, Warclown.
Now, I was spamming the wrong box, and I mean, if it picks up this kill, I will take off my clothes. But yeah, that's not going to happen. GG.
I was going to say, that was pretty much just straight bait, though. The fact that he jumped up over the box, that's what allowed Dosia to come around the corner off ramp and peak. So, GG indeed, 16-3 the final scoreline. ESC taking an absolutely one-sided ass-kicking in that game. And I would like to say that it wasn't anything that ESC did wrong, but it probably was, wasn't it? I mean, that was a portion of it anyway.
Yeah, I mean, up against a team like Astana Dragons, they did a lot of stuff wrong. If they played against any other team who isn't really top, let's say, top 5 in the world, they would probably win this game, considering how well their aim is and their game knowledge and everything. But up against a team like Astana Dragons or NIP or Fnatic even, I mean, coordination is just plays such a big factor. All of these players in these top teams, they know how to dodge a lot of these normal flashes, the standard flashes. They know how to coordinate the defense, also the offense. So, I mean, ESC did a lot of stuff wrong, in my opinion. They didn't really play strategically. They didn't play well at all.
And the thing is, they didn't force any flashbacks either. I don't think I saw one flashback from Astana Dragons, but it was like, okay, I actually need to flash out here to buy time just to get vision back or to get through the smoke or whatever. There was none of that at all. So,
disappointing.
You definitely pissing in the wind if you can't even force out the early flashbangs and HE from your CT opponents, and it's kind of what we saw time and time again. I mean, it was basically ESC beating the head against the brick wall on the T side, and on the CT side, they never really got the ball rolling, did they?
Yeah, it was all Astana Dragons all the way. We got one round here and there for ESC Gaming, and I think most of those rounds boiled down to 1v1, even 1v1s when they actually lost the round, but the bomb ticked away and blew up in Astana Dragons' face. So, I mean, it was pretty much a 16-2 scoreline. I'm really disappointed about this game, Jay. I can't hide my feelings, Jay. I'm so disappointed.
I had high hopes for it as well, buddy. So you're not the only one who's a little bit disappointed. But the good news is, let me just pull up the fixtures real quick so you guys can see them. There you go. We do have more games to come this evening. In fact, 4 more games to come if everything goes to according to plan. So we will see Astana Dragons again versus Kick. Next up, after that, we will see Fnatic versus Kick. So that would be a good game at 8 o'clock. Then we have Navi versus C-Play coming at, that'd be 9. There's a 10 o'clock game as well. Let me just, you know what, that fixture list is actually incomplete. So if you folks bear with me 2 seconds, I will pull up the actual fixtures that I have. Where did I put them? You know what, they're on the Reddit post. That's where I put them. So let me just open up Reddit. That's something that I would appreciate from you guys, all fucking 48 of you. That's so depressing. That is massively depressing, man, but oh well.
Nah, 48 people who loves this, Jay.
Well, that's true. That's true. But yesterday, actually, we did have a really good chat going. So hopefully, by the end of today, we get the same sort of thing. So the 8 o'clock game will be Fnatic Kick. 9 o'clock Navi C-Play. After that, 3D Max against Kirchnet. And then Nip versus Kick at 11. So plenty more CSGO content to come your way. Warclone, are you sticking around for another game, or do you have important things to be doing?
To make things a little bit more exciting for you, I'm not going to say yes or no. Just,
so you're going to figure it out during the break?
I might come back, or I might disappear.
Okay, so we may have more of the sexy man Warclone. We may not. We don't know yet. Don't go anywhere. Keep it locked. Back after this, we've got another game coming your way. Scheduled to start in 15 minutes, online CSGO, so probably more like 20 to 25. What I'll do is I'll spin some music up, play some Queens of Stone Age, something off Light Clockwork, and play some Beastie Boys or something like that behind it. And when we come back, it will be the second game of the StarLeague coverage of the evening. So don't go anywhere, back after this.